As I headed back to my desk, a smashing sound filled the room, and the window behind my desk shattered. Whatever came through it just kept on going and hit my laptop screen, shattering that as well. I crouched behind my desk and gestured Gloria to do the same behind hers. We waited for a moment, and nothing else happened. I duck-walked past my window and stood up, trying to peek around the windowsill to the outside. My .38 jumped into my hand, and I held it up, pointing at the ceiling. Another projectile took out another large piece of glass from my window. It whizzed past my laptop this time and left a dent on the tabletop refrigerator door. It bounced onto the floor, and I could see it now. It was a chrome nut, and from all appearances, looked to be a half-inch nut. Officer Harding walked up the sidewalk and approached the man. When he got to the bottom of the stairs, the man pulled out a knife, and he leapt at Harding. He headed straight for him, the knife thrust out in front of him. Harding drew his gun, but it never fazed the charging man a bit. He just kept coming after Ted with his knife. Harding kept retreating from him, backing up and running out the front yard and alongside of the house to the back of the yard. Harding also had his nightstick out and was trying to hit the man, either in the arm or to dislodge the knife or to hit him in the head, but the crazed man kept dodging him. This guy just was focused in on the one officer that he was after. They got into the backyard where there was this little garden, and Harding was backing up from the subject. He didn't want to shoot the man and kept telling the guy to stop, but the man just kept coming at him, slashing wildly with the knife. Harding tripped on something in the yard and fell down. The ornery man came right up on top of him with the knife raised and was going to stab him. With all other options exhausted, Harding shot once up from the lying position. His shot hit the man under the chin and exited through the top of his head. The man fell directly on top of Harding before flopping over on his side. Odd smile. She manages a scream. "Go ahead, Stacy. Scream," Norman says. "Scream all you like. No one can hear you." She watches in horror, waiting for the man to step up to her, but instead, he turns his back toward her and picks up one lead soldier. He drops it into the cast-iron pot, then another, and a third and a fourth. Then he holds the torch flame into the pot, and the toy soldiers melt into a bubbling mass. He picks up the cast-iron pot with some sort of pliers-type device that wraps around the pot. He turns towards Stacy and takes 3 steps toward her. Stacy can't take her eyes off the bubbling pot, and he steps right up to her next to the chair that holds her tight. "You might not want to watch this next part," Norman says with obvious false concern.